Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Set Fitness TV. I know we promised an outdoor training video, but some things came up and we couldn't quite make it last week. And this week we can't really wait for the Vancouver weather to get any better, so we're just going to jump ahead and talk about wheat and how wheat makes you fat. Now I know a bunch of people are going to say, no, how can this be? That's not true. You know, we've been eating wheat for thousands of years. And that is true, but the wheat or grain we've been eating for thousands of years, it started off as farro, and farro had 3 chromosomes. And then a little ways along the way it turned into 14, and then in the 50s it turned into 42. Now most of the wheat we have today is genetically modified, and it doesn't need any regulation to modify the wheat. They can do whatever they want for their wheat for whatever purpose, and it's kind of scary if there's no regulation for it. Wheat has other effects on the body as well, particularly the brain. People with mental disorders such as schizophrenia, autism, ADD, they've all shown a huge reduction in their symptoms when eliminating wheat and gluten from their diet. And that's, again, partly due to the gluten. And gluten's going to be a topic of hopefully our next week's show if it all goes well. So check in next week and we're going to go in depth about gluten. Let's get back to wheat. We're going to talk a little in depth on wheat and its role not only in making you fat but insulin resistant as well. Over the years there's these pop words like complex carbs, simple carbs. People have been saying eat your complex carbs, get in those whole grains, whole grain pasta, whole grain cereal, and those are the best things for you, and those are going to make you lose weight. Well, that's not true. Wheat's actually worse than sugar. Now, we're not recommending you go and eat sugar in place of wheat. You should eliminate both from your diet, but wheat isn't any better than sugar. Wheat is broken up into 2 things. One compound is amylopectin, and the second compound is amylose. And these are important, so keep these in mind later on in the video. Your body's got a enzyme called amylase that breaks these 2 compounds down. Now, it breaks them down pretty much the same, but one it breaks down way easier and quicker than the other one. Let's take a look at amylopectin for a second. Amylopectin can be further broken down into 3 parts. Amylopectin A, which is wheat, and that's digested really easily by your body. Amylopectin B, which is potatoes and bananas, and that's broken down still easily but a little harder than wheat. And then lastly we have amylopectin C, and that's beans and legumes, and that's not really broken down at all by your body. Most of it's just passing right through. So let's take a look at amylopectin A. If the enzymes in your body can break it down really easily and they can absorb most of it, your body is going to absorb it in the form of glucose, and it's going to go straight into your bloodstream. Now we know when your blood sugar increases, your insulin is going to increase, and your body doesn't want your blood sugar to increase. Blood sugar is actually toxic for your body, and that's why uncontrolled diabetes can cause things like blindness and loss of limb. The increase in blood sugar is so toxic to your body, it actually destroys the cells. In everyone, there's a chemical called adiponectin, and that helps to keep your body sensitive to insulin. And insulin not only controls blood sugar, it is one of the primary fat-storing hormones. It stores fat. Now, body fat actually creates inflammatory chemicals in your body. It's not just sitting there doing nothing. It's creating chemicals that actually lower your adiponectin, which causes insulin resistance. Kind of a vicious cycle. So the more blood sugar you have in your body from the more sugar and wheat you eat, it creates a higher amount of insulin, which insulin stores fat, which causes your adiponectin to drop and causes you to be insulin resistant and causes you to store fat. So that's not good, and that's how you can see eating excess wheat and sugar causes fat storage. So to check to see how foods affect our blood sugar levels, we use the glycemic index. Now it's basically a scale of numbers, and the higher the number according to a food, it means it's the worse for you, whereas the lower numbers are the better ones. So you can get one online. I got one at www.diabetesnet.com, and it's totally free, and they got a good one on there, so check it out. And they list whole wheat at 68, and they list sugar at 64. So whole wheat actually causes a higher blood sugar spike than sugar. So wheat makes you fat. So that concludes our video on wheat, and always, always, always do your research. Check it out online for yourselves. Google it, go to various sites, read some books. There's tons out there. Hit us up on Twitter at set_fitness, and for more videos about health and wellness, subscribe to this channel. And thanks for watching Set Fitness TV.